thing about self-discipline is that it is necessary for everything you do in your life. You have to be self-disciplined. If discipline is not punishment, it's not. Discipline is training. Discipline is training. If you change your mind, your mindset, and really focus it on what discipline really is, you start to welcome discipline. You welcome self-discipline into your life. So it became, don't say anything about anything. About anything. It was so brutal because it beats you up because you know it's wrong, but you don't know how to get out. You have no clue how to stop this cycle. You don't know what to do. I knew once I started to talk about it, once I started to express it, once I started to put it out, its power would diminish. The only way you're going to beat it is if you talk about it. Let me tell you something. When that egg cracked, and it's like cracking an egg, you can't seal it again. It started pouring, then it cracked all the way around, then you start scrambling eggs. To realize is that success is the warmest place to hide. You have to realize that people can't quantify the fact that, this guy is such a successful producer. How could he do these damaging things? This guy's a world-class athlete. How could he be this way? This guy's a professor and he's so intelligent. How could he do this stuff? This guy is a wonderful politician. How could this happen? Success is the warmest place to hide. You eventually fall. You eventually lose the job. You eventually lose your money. You eventually you are going to take a loss. Now, the most dangerous part about this, though, is because when you become your wins, when you're floating and high and all that, you inevitably have to become your losses. Avoiding temptation is a way of life. By doing one thing differently, you can avoid all kinds of temptation, and it is the key to your self-discipline. If you know you have a problem with donuts, do not go to the donuts shop to get your coffee. You know what I mean? Go to a place that doesn't have donuts or something that you know is your vice, that you know you shouldn't do. Another thing, you can be proactive when I say avoiding temptation. If you want to really consistently make the gym a part of your life, set your clothes out for the gym the night before, and it will remove the temptation to not go to the gym. When you wake up, all of a sudden you have your clothes there and you just hop in. One thing that, I can really attribute to every failure in my life, whether it be personal, financial, in any kind of way, business, whatever, it's because of a lack of my attempt to take action. I did not take action. It was just, try it, go. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, when you get rid of judgment, now you can be creative. But any bit of judgment kills creativity. Anytime you start to go, well, maybe I shouldn't. It's funny because you look at a lip sync or you look at any kind of dancing or anything like that. As soon as people see you being inhibited, you're done. All they want is for you to give all you got. Everybody's with you. You don't know what your future is. You just don't. And that's the thing. It's like, for me, I never would have thought I would be doing this, but I decided to try things. I just decided that I didn't have to do what everyone else said I needed to do. Everyone tells you this would be the best route to do after you're done. Well, I decided to go another way. And people thought I would fail. I gotta get rid of those haters in your mind. And then the judgments that you hear and you accept, you start putting that on other people. The hater tells you, oh man, you can't do that. That's because he's hearing that in his head. You can't lose all that weight. That's because he hasn't lost weight. It's all fear. It's all hate. It's a wild mix. And I just, when I'm talking about that, it's like in your own brain. There are times when I do something so idiotic in front of a group of people just so I can get used to getting away from, you know,
The
like
norm.
fitting in.
Yeah.
Anytime you're hungry, angry, lonely, tired, halt. Look at what you're doing. Examine it. If you're hungry, get something to eat. If you're angry, calm down. Think about where you are. Get yourself in a good mood. If you are lonely, call a friend. Call someone you know. Talk about your thing. Talk about your emotion. Talk about how you're feeling. And if you are tired, get some rest, because that is when you're weakest. All of those 4 states of being is when you are at your weakest spot. And it's very, very, very hard to keep self-discipline when you're weak.